Have you ever wondered if that warm, comforting cup of coffee you enjoy every morning could actually be making your hair thinner over time? Now, before you panic and toss your coffee mug in the trash, let's be clear, this isn't about banning coffee from your life. I'm not here to take away one of your favorite daily rituals. In fact, coffee can be wonderfully beneficial in the right amounts. But, if you're over 60, 70, or even 80, and you've been noticing that your hair feels thinner, more fragile, or less full than it used to be, you might be surprised to learn that the way you drink your coffee could be quietly playing a role. And I'm not talking about one big, obvious thing. I'm talking about small daily habits that seem harmless, but over the years can add up, influencing your scalp health, nutrient absorption, and even your hormone balance. By the end of this video, you'll know 5 very specific coffee habits that could be sabotaging your hair without you realizing it. Plus simple changes that let you keep enjoying your morning cup while protecting your hair at the same time. And trust me, the last one is something most people never think about. But once you know, you'll never look at your instant coffee the same way again. So, settle in, grab your favorite drink. Yes, even coffee for now. And let's start with the first hidden culprit. Number 1. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach. Let's be honest. For many of us, coffee before breakfast is sacred. That moment of peace before the day gets busy, the aroma filling the kitchen, the first warm sip that seems to flip on the awake switch in your brain. But here's the thing. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach, especially first thing in the morning, does more than just wake you up. It wakes up your stress hormones too.
Coffee triggers a release of cortisol, your body's main stress hormone.
Now, cortisol isn't evil. You need it in small amounts. But when you spike it regularly before your body has any food to balance things out, it can mess with your hormonal balance. And that balance is essential for healthy hair growth. Here's why.
Cortisol signals your body to focus on survival essentials, not luxuries like growing thick, beautiful hair.
Blood flow and nutrients get directed away from your scalp. Over time, your hair follicles can shrink or go dormant. And when you're over 60, your scalp's natural ability to repair and regenerate is already slowing down. Meaning these spikes take an even bigger toll. Nutrient absorption factor. Here's something a lot of people don't know. Coffee increases stomach acid production. On an empty stomach, this can cause irritation and can actually reduce how well you absorb key nutrients, especially iron, B12, biotin, and zinc, which are like the VIP team for hair growth. So even if you're eating a healthy diet later in the day, your morning coffee might be reducing how much of those nutrients your body can actually use. A real-life story. Alice's hair surprise. Let me tell you about Alice, a 72-year-old retired librarian I once met. She loved her morning coffee ritual so much that she'd drink it before breakfast almost every day. It was quick, it was comforting, and she thought nothing of it. Until she started noticing more hair in her brush and even on her pillow. At first, she blamed age. Then her doctor suggested a small change. Eat something before that first cup. She switched to having a little oatmeal with nuts or even half a banana before coffee. Within weeks, her hair shedding slowed, her scalp didn't feel as dry, and she even said she felt more energetic in the mornings.
Your simple fix.
You don't have to overhaul your mornings. Just pair your coffee with something small and nutrient-rich. A boiled egg. A slice of whole grain toast with avocado. Greek yogurt with berries. Even a handful of almonds. This small shift buffers the cortisol spike, protects your stomach lining, and helps your body absorb the nutrients your hair needs.
Quick question for you. Do you drink coffee before eating anything in the morning? Comment yes or no below.
I'm curious how many of us share that habit. Number 2. Too much caffeine throughout the day. Now let's talk about another habit that's sneaky but powerful. Drinking coffee, or any caffeine, all day long. That first cup is great for alertness. But when you have cup after cup, especially in the afternoon or evening, it can interfere with one of the most important things your hair needs. Deep, restorative sleep. Why is sleep such a big deal for hair? When you're in deep sleep, your body goes into repair mode. Blood flow to your scalp increases, damaged cells get repaired, and your follicles get a little maintenance session from your body's natural repair crew. If you're caffeinated at bedtime, even if you think you can still fall asleep, your deep sleep stages can be shorter. And that means less repair time for your scalp and hair follicles. The dehydration problem. There's another layer to this. Caffeine is a mild diuretic. That means it makes your body lose water faster. If you're not balancing that with enough water intake, your scalp can become dry and irritated, and hair strands can become more brittle and prone to breakage.
John's Coffee Marathon.
John, a 68-year-old retired teacher, told me he used to drink coffee almost non-stop at work, starting at 7 a.m. and sipping until dinner. He felt alert, but he was waking up tired and noticing more hair loss. When he finally cut back to just 1 or 2 cups in the morning and swapped his afternoon coffee for herbal tea or water, his sleep improved, his energy actually increased, and, most interesting, his hair shedding slowed noticeably.
How to fix it?
Try limiting caffeine to before 2 p.m. Match each cup of coffee with at least 1 full glass of water. Swap late-day coffee for herbal teas like chamomile, rooibos, or peppermint. Audience check-in. If you're still watching and finding these tips useful, type #coffeehair in the comments so I know you're here. In the next part of this video, we'll dig into the sweetest and most dangerous coffee habit for your hair, plus 2 more surprising ones you probably haven't thought about. Number 3. Sugary coffee drinks. Let's be honest, plain black coffee isn't for everyone. Many of us enjoy adding a little sugar, flavored syrup, or a creamy topping to make it more indulgent. And there's nothing wrong with a treat now and then. But when sugary coffee drinks become a daily habit, they can quietly cause trouble for your hair. Here's the science. Sugar causes your blood sugar to spike quickly. When this happens, your body releases insulin to bring those levels down. High insulin levels can trigger an increase in androgens, hormones that, in excess, can shrink your hair follicles and speed up hair thinning. This process is one of the main culprits behind androgenetic alopecia, the most common type of hair loss in both men and women, especially after 60.
The inflammation link.
Too much sugar doesn't just affect hormones, it also fuels chronic inflammation. Inflammation makes it harder for your scalp's blood vessels to deliver oxygen and nutrients to your hair roots. Without that nourishment, your hair can grow weaker and more brittle over time.
Karen's sweet habit.
Karen, a 69-year-old grandmother, loved her daily caramel macchiato. She thought it was harmless, after all, she wasn't eating much dessert otherwise. But over a couple of years, she noticed her scalp was often itchy, and her hair texture was changing. After learning about the sugar-inflammation connection, she switched to lightly sweetened coffee with a sprinkle of cinnamon and a splash of almond milk. Within a few months, her scalp irritation eased, and she felt her hair had more body again. Simple fixes. Use natural flavorings like cinnamon, vanilla extract, or nutmeg instead of syrups. Try natural sweeteners like stevia or monk fruit. Reduce the sugar gradually so your taste buds adjust. And here's the bonus. Your energy will feel steadier throughout the day because you're avoiding those sugar crashes. What's your coffee style? Black, lightly sweetened, or full dessert in a cup? Comment below. I'm curious to see which one wins. Number 4. Replacing meals with coffee. This one is more common than people realize, especially for seniors who might have a lower appetite or are trying to manage weight. You wake up, drink coffee, and before you know it, it's lunchtime and you still haven't eaten. The problem. Hair follicles are made from protein and require a steady supply of vitamins and minerals to grow strong. If you skip meals and rely on coffee instead, your body doesn't get the building blocks it needs for hair. Nutrient deficiency and hair weakness. Protein deficiency can cause hair to become thinner and more fragile. Iron and B12 deficiencies can lead to shedding. Low omega-3 fatty acids can make your scalp dry and flaky. Coffee also triggers stress hormones, which, when combined with nutrient shortages, create a perfect storm for hair loss.
Frank's busy days.
Frank, a 70-year-old retired engineer, often skipped breakfast and sometimes lunch, replacing them with cup after cup of coffee. His energy would crash in the afternoons, and his hair seemed to thin faster than ever. After working with a nutritionist, He started prepping small, nutrient-packed snacks like Greek yogurt, boiled eggs, and mixed nuts. He still enjoyed his morning coffee, but never without a food buffer. Within months, he noticed reduced shedding and a healthier scalp. Simple fix. If you're not hungry in the morning, aim for something small but nutrient-dense. Even half a banana with peanut butter is better than nothing. Your hair will thank you.
Engagement check.
If you've ever skipped a meal and realized later that coffee was the only thing you had all morning, type guilty in the comments. I'll admit, I've been there too. Number 5. Relying on instant or low-quality coffee. Now, this one is often overlooked. We tend to think coffee is coffee, but the quality can vary wildly, and your hair health can feel the difference. Many instant coffees and low-quality blends contain higher levels of acrylamide, a chemical formed during roasting that's linked to oxidative stress. Oxidative stress damages your cells, including the ones in your hair follicles, and accelerates the aging process. Some cheaper coffees also contain additives, fillers, or chemical residues that can irritate your scalp or throw off your hormonal balance.
Linda switch.
Linda, a 75-year-old retired nurse, switched from fresh ground coffee to instant because it was quick and easy. Within a few years, her hair became duller and thinner. When she went back to high-quality, freshly ground beans, paired with better hydration and nutrition, she noticed her hair's shine and texture improving. Better choices for your hair. Choose freshly ground beans from reputable brands. Look for low acrylamide or organic labels. Avoid heavily flavored instant coffees with lots of additives. Remember, coffee can have antioxidants that fight free radicals and protect your scalp, but you'll get the most benefits from higher quality beans. Let's recap the 5 coffee habits that could be making your hair thinner as you age. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach. Having too much caffeine throughout the day. Loading your coffee with sugar. Replacing meals with coffee. Choosing low-quality or instant coffee over fresh, high-quality beans. None of these require you to quit coffee completely. It's about how you enjoy it. Small changes can protect your scalp, preserve your follicles, and keep your hair stronger for longer. So tomorrow morning, when you take that first sip, remember, you're not just waking up your body. You're making choices that affect your hair's future. If you learned something today, drop your favorite takeaway in the comments. I read them all. And if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next health and wellness video. Your hair is worth the care, and so are you.